Now, Prince Harry is reportedly very sad that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet are missing out on life with the rest of their family, and that the extensive family network that their cousins are enjoying while his children aren't.
Now, it's said that Prince Harry is very upset that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet are missing out on life with the rest of their family, and that their cousins are able to enjoy a large family network while his kids aren't. It was meant to be a united front when Harry and Meghan left the royal family. Harry was her best friend and guardian for a long time, but things are changing. Different sources say that the man who gave up everything is now ready to leave. Given that Meghan is said to be digging in her heels, what was the exact moment when Harry finally gave up? More importantly, what does this fight for power mean for the kids who are caught up in this big mess? Come with us as we talk about the specifics. A marriage in the middle of things. Why people who know Harry and Meghan say they aren't in sync anymore. Since 2020, Harry and Meghan have been in a lot of news stories. But lately, the stories have been bad. Now, sources say Harry is saying he wants to leave, and those 3 words have set the gossip mill into overdrive. Some people think the Duke is finally waking up and trying to save his image before the whole Sussex brand falls apart. Some people are even more extreme and say that a divorce is already being talked about behind closed doors. In any case, this seems like the most exciting part of the Sussex family's past so far. What does Harry really mean when he says he wants to leave? Is he leaving his wife, his new life, or just a drama all the time? Keep reading, because the new information we found could change everything you think you know. This most recent drama explosion didn't happen by itself. Not long after King Charles's much-anticipated state visit to the United States, they broke up. From April 27th to April 30th of last month, King Charles and Queen Camilla were the guests of honor at the White House. President Trump and Melania Trump greeted them. The nation's 250th birthday was a big event in history, and it seemed like the right time for a father-son reunion. But Harry wasn't anywhere to be found while the king was in Washington, New York, and Virginia. Sources say that a meeting was always out of question because Harry and the house no longer trust each other. People are very afraid that if the king sat down with Harry, their private talk would be leaked before the king even got on his plane home. Duncan Larkham, a former royal editor, said that if trust is this broken, there's almost no chance of meeting. It's even less possible that Harry will become king again now that Trump has publicly questioned Meghan Markle's role. While his father was doing royal chores on the East Coast, Harry was seen in Los Angeles looking very casual and very much by himself. Just a few days after the king got back from his trip, on May 4th, the 41-year-old Duke went to lunch with friends at the famous Hotel New. He left in a simple green shirt and dark pants. He put on sunglasses to make himself look like he was trying to blend in. It's interesting that New is about an hour and a half away from the house in Montecito that he shares with Meghan and the kids. Why was he so far away from home while his dad was out in the country? Some say he was trying to stay away from the media attention, while others see it as a sign that he is becoming more independent, or maybe that he is becoming more alone. Harry knows how a state visit works. He knows very well that the king is busy, so he didn't even try to set up a meeting because he knew the king would say no. But the split in the royal family isn't just about someone being mad at someone else. There are new royal rules that Harry and Meghan are making. Since they took a break in 2020, they've been walking a fine line between doing good deeds and making money. People inside the palace walls have a lot of trouble with this overlap. Author Sally Bedell Smith says that by pushing this half-in, half-out way of life, they are making it almost impossible for them to get along again. But Harry's side is pushing back. People close to the Duke say it's not true that he's going against what Queen Elizabeth wants. Because he's not acting in the name of the king, they say he shouldn't be judged by their rules. If your reputation is based on being a king, though, can you ever really be free? This disagreement seems to be what's making Harry so angry. What happened to Archie and Leet is what everyone is asking as this power struggle gets worse. The prince is now 6 years old, and the princess is 4 years old. They are growing up in California, a very long way from their grandfather and their royal family history. If Harry really is looking for a way out, these kids' futures become the most uncertain thing in the world. Harry has to decide what to do if the stories that he wants to leave are true. Stay in a life that feels more and more artificial and distant, or try to get back to his roots. Meghan, on the other hand, is said to be digging in her heels. American life is important to her, and she's not ready to give up on her plans for their future. Harry may be checking out of the marriage, or he may just be tired from the fight. Here's where the Duke and Duchess stand. They don't seem to be following the same plan for the first time. It's not just about missing a meeting with the king or lunch at New Camp. In it, a family stuck between two worlds fights to stay alive. There is still a lot going on in Sussex, and the next move could be the one that changes the throne for good. Watch out, because there's a lot more to the story than meets the eye. How Harry's 2016 support of Meghan made P and Willie angry was a statement that split a family. Those who thought the royal split would only last for a short time are starting to see that it will last a lot longer. The word on the street is that Harry has reached a breaking point. The united front we've seen since 2020 is finally falling apart because of all the lies and fighting between the siblings. The world is focused on the news stories of the moment, but this collapse has been going on for almost 10 years. There's been a slow-motion car crash since Meghan Markle came into view, and now we can finally see the wreckage. Harry just recently broke the sad news that he and his father, King Charles, no longer talk to each other. He doesn't have any friends or family around him. There are also news stories that he may be trying to find a way to leave the life he worked hard to build in California. But we need to go back to the time the fuse was lit to understand why Harry is said to be cutting out now. Beginning in 2016, the Sunday Express was the first to report that they were dating. One story set off a media storm that never really stopped. He thought his family would support him when he tried to protect Meghan by stopping the racist trolls by putting out a statement through Kensington Palace. He says that P and Willie were angry instead. Why? They looked bad because Harry stood up for his girlfriend, but they never did that for their own women. The lines were drawn right away. When they finally got engaged in 2017, the fight going on behind the scenes got even worse. Safety. Harry says that Meghan wouldn't get police protection because of a secret committee's decision. He says that he had to nearly corner them to make them see the danger. Then the Fab Four era began. From the outside, they looked like the new king or queen, but things were already going badly behind closed doors. They were already admitting to fights in joint appearances by the beginning of 2018. When there was a famous bridesmaid dress drama right before the wedding, everything broke. Harry says in his book Spare that Meghan was crying on the floor when he got home. To keep the peace, he told her Kate hadn't meant any harm, but the damage was already done. In the summer of that year, a meeting to clear the air at William and Kate's house turned into a terrifying fight. It was said that William told Meghan she was rude, and Meghan told William to please take his finger off my face. Soon, the palace was split into two groups that were at odds with each other. There were reports that people were crying at their desks, which put staff members in the middle. William thought Meghan was to blame for the bad atmosphere, and Harry thought his wife was being picked on by the organization she had joined. The whole world thought Meghan was a star during their tour of Australia. But Harry thinks that's when the jealousy between the royal family started. It sounds like her family couldn't handle how good she was at her job. That's when the mean stories began to really come out. There was a story about the Duchess being difficult by the end of 2018, and the press saw Meghan as a royal snob who couldn't keep staff. This was the last chance for Meghan. She says that by the beginning of 2019, the trolling was too much to handle. When she talked to Oprah, she told her the heartbreaking truth. She didn't want to live anymore, but when she asked for help at the prison, she was turned down. They said it would hurt the monarchy's reputation. Harry felt like he had to get her out of there after being turned down in a cold, hard way. The exit wasn't clean, though. Harry alleges that during one argument about Meghan's behavior, William actually got physical, bundling Harry to the ground and into a dog bowl. A brotherly bond was broken over a power fight that neither side wanted to lose. It was the worst kind of betrayal. This fight is still going on today, but it's happening all over the world. This past week's visit by the king to the U.S. showed how far apart people really are. While Charles was meeting with world leaders and being hosted by Donald Trump at the White House, Harry was lunching at New, an hour and a half away from his own home. The two sides did not meet, offer an olive branch, or make peace. No longer trust each other. The palace is scared that any talk will be written up or filmed for a new movie. So, the door remains firmly shut. Now, with insiders claiming Harry is tapping out,